Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Eric here, the owner and commentator of EFL, and you're watching EFL's Round 8. And today we'll be racing in France. Le Castel is our track, and we are starting our pre-race broadcast at the moment, so we'll just invite 3 random drivers to the grid, to hear what they have to say. So we'll just invite the first driver to the pre-race broadcast, and he will be the Tevap Titi. Hopefully we'll get him to the stream. If not, then I don't know, we just have to invite somebody else, but I hope Tevap Titi is gonna come for the stream, and I'm gonna invite to him come for the interviews, because we wanna hear 3 random drivers to tell about the expectations for the race. So there we go. Now we're just waiting for Tevap Titi to come to the party, and before that I just want to say it's round 8, and championship standings are as follows. Alfonso's leading in his Mercedes AMG Petronas car, and second place is Napla 185, and third place is Alfonso Gomez. And we have Bodhi saying he'll watch Champions League instead. Yeah, so would I, but EFL is 8 PM UK time, so unfortunately I can't miss this. So you're kind of lucky you can watch Champions League, but it looks like Kevin is not coming, so we'll try somebody else who's gonna. Let's try race winner from last week, Tej Leroy. He's gonna hopefully come to the party and for the pre-race interviews, and let's see what the youngest race winner in EFL has to say before the race starts. And of course we're gonna have the national anthem, but hopefully we'll get Tej Leroy for the party, and he gets to inform us how the track is and how all the stuff are, but hopefully he'll join. If not, then we have to invite somebody else. I'm gonna give each driver 1 minute time to join, and we have Tej Leroy joining. Good evening, Tej Leroy.
Good evening.
Do you have a voiceovering on?
I should. Let me just.
Yeah, could you check for the viewers, please? It would be very awkward if the viewers.
I do.
Okay, and a little bit more voice when I'm talking, so good. Tej Leroy, last week you became the youngest race winner in EFL. You took your first championship points, you took your first win. Tell us about your pace in France. Are we gonna see same kind of results we saw in Canada last week?
I think I'll be up there, because I have done a labour practice, not too much, but I know from past times that I can definitely fight up here. So I'm really excited, and hopefully I can get another win.
Thank you very much. Do you have anything to say for the viewers, for your fans?
Well, thank you for supporting me.
Thank you very much, and good luck for the race.
Thank you.
You might leave. Thank you. And we have to invite one more driver to the grid, but that was Tej Leroy's thoughts in. And we'll try to get somebody else now, I believe. Let's try Law McCrew. Hopefully he'll join the party. He'll be our second invite to the party. And we're gonna hear new rookie drivers' expectations for this race. And write in the comments what do you think about this pre-race broadcast thing. I think it's pretty cool. Like, you get to hear the drivers. You know, as we heard Tej Leroy saying that he's very excited and stuff like that. And now we have Law McCrew joining to the party. Good evening, Mr. Law.
Good evening.
Do you have your voice showing on?
What did you say? Sorry?
Voice showing on, do you have it? Voice sharing, like...
Yeah, I have it, yes.
Alright, so you're a new driver in EFL, you're a reserve driver, you're debuting right here in France, and we heard just before the race started that you have switched to no traction control, so could you tell our viewers what can they expect from Mr. Lowe in this race?
Well, first of all, this is like my 4th day practicing actually no TC, so I'm not very good at it still, but I'm quite decent at 1 lap pace, but we'll see. I used to have Met TC, but it's just really shit actually.
Alright, so but what positions do you expect? Do you expect fighting for the win, for the podium, or in midfield?
I hope for a podium, but it's probably midfield.
Alright, thank you very much, and you might go, and good luck for the race. There you go,
Thank you.
viewers. You heard from one of our newest result drivers, Slow McCrew, what his expectations are from the race, and we'll now pick our final driver. And I believe we could pick. Let's see, it's gonna be a hard one because let's pick actually someone who hasn't been Eduk. Let's invite Eduk to the party. And after that we're gonna hear the national anthem of France, and then we'll go racing. But hopefully Eduk will join the party, and yeah, he's the final driver we get to hear from. Yeah, 4 viewers at the moment, so 4 viewers has been seeing the pre-race broadcast. They've heard now what Taze Leroy and Loma crew have had to say. So I'm gonna ask, does anybody need invite? But we're gonna wait for our final driver to join pre-race broadcast. As you've heard now, Taze Leroy and Loma crew, what they had to say. And it doesn't seem like Eduk is coming, so I'll try to find somebody else who might come. And I believe let's try actually inviting let's invite our championship leader Alfonso Gomez. Is always a very interesting pal to listen to, and he's leading the championship by over 40 points. And he's in his own party, so I have to invite him manually. So one moment, guys, this is pretty annoying. We have invited 4 drivers, only 2 have came. I need to have this final person who's gonna come to my pre-race podcast interviews. So we invited Alfonso to the party so we can hear his comments before this race. As actually we have Eduk joining. Hello, hi. Do you have your voice saving on? All right, so. Eduk, you're a little bit of stranger for the viewers. You've raced many times in EFL, but the results haven't been there. But what can they expect in France from you? You don't know. You saw the finish, but qualifyings are very good from you. The race pace is good, but something always happens. DNFs or disconnections or something else. What can you do to prevent this from happening? Like, pick your fights. Alright. Do you have anything to say for your fans? Because we've heard in many races that there's a lot of fans saying, come on Edux, a lot of League of Europe driver fans, so could you say for them something? Like... Alright, that was his finish, so he doesn't speak much, but thank you very much Edux for the interview and good luck for the race. And we'll take our final guest here today, Alfonso Gomez, El Matador of Spain, championship leader. He leads up by over 40 points. Alfonso, every race you finished in top 3 or top 4. So what can we expect from you in France?
Well, I've been in time trial before and I've done a pretty good lap. So if I don't make any mistake or just fuck up the race, I guess I can say that, but no matter. I think I will finish on podium, so I'll try to do my best.
But you've led the championship ever since round 3 of China, and does it put pressure on you to be leading the championship this early on, or does it just take pressure away from you? How does it work in your case?
I just don't think on that. I just think on having fun every race, and I don't matter. I mean, there's no like a super prize at the end or something like that. So I just take fun. I just have fun, and racing with these amazing people. So.
Oh well, thank you very much. No more questions to ask from Alfonso Gomez. Thank you very much, and good luck for the race.
Thank you.
And now, before the race starts, ladies and gentlemen, as it is tradition in EFL, we're gonna hear the hosting country's national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, take your hats off and moment of silence for the national anthem of France. There we go, there was a national anthem of France, the hosting country's national anthem. As we, of course, the track is La Castelle, France, and now we're waiting for 3 or 2 more minutes before the race to start. And now, viewers, if you have any more questions or something like that, just put them to the stream, and you couldn't hear Eduk speaking, and I forgot to send Schumacher an invite, so oh yeah, one moment, I'll just invite Schumacher. I forgot it, I apologize for that. My mind is well, we have a lot of people in our league, so one moment, Schumacher, you're getting an invite. So yeah, now we have 19 drivers in the lobby, so we might get a full grid. F1 Stu, is that Amedee's new PSN or something? I need to really check it out. I need to ask and see the. Alright, yeah. Alright, he's clean to race, so let's see, we're waiting for one more person to come, and then we can actually ready. Oh, he left, but yeah, we're waiting for Schumacher to come, and then we're gonna start the race. And now Schumacher will be joining. There we go. We have Can W joining. He's not part of this league, so he's gonna get kicked out. I apologize for that, but he's not part of the league. But yeah, you heard the national anthem of France. You heard what the drivers have to say in our stream. So what can I say about France? It's very, very technical track. You have to keep this good momentum in this track, good rhythm, good flow moments, and Schumacher's joined, so now we have 19 drivers, or 18 drivers when I spectate, and it's now 8 PM, so ready up. I'm just gonna write to the stream that ready up, Schumacher is here. Let's start the party now, and round 8 for the La Castelle France, and there we go, there just there we go, we have 10 comments saying that Tiger Esports Formula 1 team, good evening. Yes, good evening, Tiger Esports Racing Team. If somebody who don't know, I'm a new member of EFL, Tiger Esports Team Racing, and TSR, also known as Tiger Esports Racing Team, is sponsoring EFL, partnering them, and they've given us a lot of new drivers, so thank you very much for that. And now we're starting the race stream, so one moment, guys, few silence moments before the race Eric and qualifying Eric, the exciting Eric, is gonna burst out from the curtain. So let the curtain drop, and may Eric save us all. Alright. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Eric, owner and commentator of EFL, and you're watching EFL's round 8 in La Castelle, France. Short qualifying, 50% race. Championship standings before this qualifying starts is Alfonso's leading the championship from Napula and New Zealand Cam, who unfortunately couldn't make it here today. But we have 18 drivers in the grid, and it looks like it's raining heavily in qualifying of La Castelle, France. So, but we don't know, is it going to be dry in the race or not? That's the one thing. And as usual, I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, Eric Salama, and I'm opening Wikipedia, because some of you guys know that I don't know anything about Formula 1 tracks, even though I've played this game for 3 years. I don't know any single corners. If you would ask me, example, what is Parabolica, what is Ascari, what is Sandevot, I would say, wait a minute, I'm opening Wikipedia. I know that they're in Monaco or Monza, either way, but I have very bad memory in Formula 1 tracks, so I apologize for the die-hard fans who really think that I should know the corner names. As I agree, I should know the corner names, but I just unfortunately don't. That's the thing. Maybe I have to study more. I've always been very bad studier, if that's even a word. As I'm gonna enable other track data and telemetry for you guys. Full track map, details. Yeah, there we go, and to fastest lap, there we go, as Schumacher is the first one to go to the track. New Zealand Cam saying, I apologize, but my little dreams end tonight. Alfonso saying good luck to everyone. New Zealand Cam says, I am here, silly. Oh, I apologize, yes you are. You know, you're a beautiful Red Bull car, I really apologize this. And we have Young Lights saying, "Hey guys, hi Young Lights, and good luck for the debut here today in EFL." It's YXNG Lights. Luckily, it's not YMCA Lights, even though YMCA song is pretty good. But I almost said it, you're YMCA Lights, because you have Y and N in your name. As we're just waiting for the first driver to start his lap, and I believe it's Schumacher in a Ferrari. As we have few drivers who couldn't make it today, as well, one of them is Samuel Arican and Wickmill, who unfortunately couldn't be here with us, not because something happened to them, or actually Samuel Arican, he had some kind of accident and his leg is broken or something, so he couldn't make it today. So full recovery for Samuel Arican. So let's just write to the comments, full recovery for Samuel Arican, so that his leg would improve and he can race here again next week. And Vic Mill had work and school issues, so he couldn't work. As we have Schumacher, who's already spun. Hopefully there's no drivers coming at him very quickly. And I don't believe he'll be the first one to start a lap, but there's a wide Alpha Tauri also just in front of him, as I think it is Taze Leroy, who is the youngest Grand Prix winner in EFL, as Schumacher lets him pass very beautifully and doesn't hold him up that much. A new comment saying, "Remind me to change wing for race." Well, it's not my job to remind, but I'll try to remember it. So, New Zealand Cam, I will remind you now that change your wings for the race, if I forget it in 14 minutes. So we have Taze Leroy starting his lap around this beautiful La Castello track, a 15 corner track. Average lap times are around 132 to 133 in race pace. Taze Leroy is starting his lap. He's just done corner 1 and corner 2. Now he's coming towards the corner sections of 3, 4 and 5, where you have to keep the momentum up, the rhythm flowing. You can't be shaking and baking or going pedal to the metal moment, but you have to be very smooth and very consistent in this track, or else if you don't, you're gonna suffer it a lot from that. And the rain is gonna make it, of course, more interesting for all, because it doesn't matter what assists or you use, because the same amount of grip for everybody. I apologize for the barfing, but Taze Leroy, corners 8 and 9, with this beautiful Alpha Tauri car. I'm gonna call it Alpha Tauri because it is Alpha Tauri from this day on. It's not gonna be Toro, so it's Alpha Tauri. As we have more viewers coming, so new viewers who are coming to EFL stream, welcome. I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, Eric Salama, and Schumacher got a 5+ grid penalty with collision with Napla 185. So yeah. But yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is EFL, do not adjust your TV sets. This is qualifying, heavy rain, qualifying ahead of us. We have no idea if it's gonna come for the race or not, but Taze Leroy is just finishing his laps, as I have no idea about the rain paces, rain times in La Castello, France. But he's coming towards the last corner of 15. He gears up his car, and the first lap time what is gonna be 146.9. So all the other drivers are gonna try to beat that lap time. As we are gonna follow Eduk, he's probably as Alfonso Gomez does a 146.7, so he beats Taze Leroy's down by 2/10. Low Macru does a 147.1, so very close times between all of these drivers, as Eduk has unfortunately invalidated his lap, so that's why he will be not finishing it. But now we have YXNG Lights, who's also going to the pits. 30 Hansen is in the sector 2. We have Schumacher still in the track, invalidated, and Sevap Chichi, who is doing a little bit of Kimi Raikkonen Brazil 2012 moments. Tipsy McConn's in the pits. Tiesa Verstappen is coming towards the line, but he's done lap time slightly slower than everybody else, which moves him to P6 position. As Messi has left from the session, as we have a lot of random people joining. It's on friends only, but I guess people's friends are joining to this lobby. You have to remind me to put next time invites only. But we have A and G 30, who will not be setting his lap time because he has unfortunately invalidated his lap time. As new comments coming in, I'm just gonna quickly check them out. As New Zealand Cam puts himself to P4 position with 147.2. So the first 4 times are very close to each other, but championship leader Alfonso Gomez is currently in P1, followed by last week's youngest race winner in EFL, Taze Leroy, followed by in his debut is Low Macru in P3. Then of course the P2 in the championship, New Zealand Cam, and then finished over Hartza, and then Verstappen with a slightly slower time than anybody else. 2 minutes 20. As we have Taze Lever, who's improved his lap time, did a 1:46.4, so he's 3/10 quicker than Alfonso Gomez at the moment, but we do know that the track improves all the time, and there we go, Alfonso Gomez sets a 1:45.9, so these trial times are really irrelevant because track improves all the time, more rubber, less rain, it's not so moist, so yeah, I mean, I don't mean moist like women's you know, when you're having sex, it's not that kind of moist, but it's you're getting more rubber in. Not like rubber you put it when going inside a woman, but the tire rubber in a track. So anyways, I'm just okay. Let's just continue in racing. It's 10 minutes remaining. Yellow is sector 1. Tsivap is starting his lap time, but actually we'll keep following him. Is there anybody else who's close to finishing a lap? Schumacher is I don't know what he's doing. Tsivap Titi, and we have new comments saying braking assist is off. Yeah, in EFL braking assist is off, Schumacher, so apologize for that. It's Chief McQuan, my notifications are off, so I don't know what to answer for you. Just write to the stream if you have time, because I'm too busy of commentating right now, but we have a lot of drivers in out laps now, and Napla almost losing the car, and AG30 has been disqualified from session for going the wrong way, so not the best start for his Grand Prix debut. But Tsivap Titi, I'm just trying to Taze Leroy has said the fastest lap of 1:45.8. I apologize, I missed that. But to answer your question, Chief McConsey, if you take a wet setup for quali, then you can't change it for the race because park firmer is on. But if you find somehow to change it, then you can. But park firmer is on. But Tsivap Titi has retired from the session, so I don't know what on earth happened there. But very unfortunate that they retired. Amadi is still on track, but or starting his lap. So you have yellows in sector 2 and. As I said, more rubber in, not like rubber you put to man's Pinot, because that's. But you should use it if you sometimes do intercourse with a single lady or with a woman, because there's a lot of sexual diseases out there like STDs and COP and. Whatever there is, but it's always good to protect yourself, as these drivers really do protect themselves in a track and are fighting for the win. As we have 8 minutes remaining in the session, we have Hartza in his out lap, Lomaku is in his flying lap, I believe. A lot of drivers are in the flying laps, but they're trying to find new comments saying that was a good quali battle, Leroy. And yellows in sector 2 and sector 3, as we know it's very very tricky to set a lap in these conditions, and I'm a little bit struggling to commentate. My voice is a little bit going on, but I'm trying to find a way, as Eduk is coming towards the pits, I mean to the final corners, but he will not improve massively, as we have Taze Lever who set his lap, and he set another fastest lap of 1:45.6, so he's currently 3/10 quicker than Alfonso Gomez, but as we said, track improves all the time. So this AlphaTauri car is very impressively in P1, as we have Lomaku in a wall. But I have to say, first time without traction, he's doing actually a very good job. Very hell of a job, in my opinion. As New Zealand Cam is starting his lap. We have new comment coming here today. VRT Shape has done a 1:52, but he's improving by 2/10, so let's follow him for a while. Amadi moves himself to P2 with 1:46.4, still miles off from Alfonso and Taze Leroy, but he secures good positions for the race. A new comment saying Eddie messed up his lap. What an IDOPT. IDOPT. So that's a new cursing word, I think, in UK, IDOPT. So Pierre Hansen moves himself to P4 with 1:46.8, 2/10 quicker than Lomaku. New Zealand Cam uses the slipstream of the AlphaTauri car they're going side by side with each other. The New Zealand cam really has to overtake the Alpha Tauri car of, I believe was that Hayes Leroy. No, it had to be 30. As we have a... yeah, I know what you meant, light. Just yeah, New Zealand cam spins around. He spins around like Sebastian Vettel does, and Beatty's shape sets a 1:45.5. So that's a new provisional pole position time from the young German driver in a Racing Point car. Stage Leroy will try to beat that lap time as he's coming towards the last corners, but he has messed it up. As Amadi is also not gonna improve. Pierre Hansen is down by 1 second, so he'll not improve his time. Hartza is just doing his own business. Erdu is in P10. He's giving a slipstream to Alfa Romeo car, I believe, of Tipsman Quanzi. As yeah, I don't know. We have still a lot of an up place actually in his lap, so we'll keep following him. So very good maneuver from me, changing to an up, and we'll see is he going to be able to improve his lap time or actually set a lap time in the beginning with. And he sets a 1:47.2, which moves him to P8 position just behind his Finnish comrade Eduk 33. So Finnish lockout in P7 and P8, Hartza in P10. So we'll see what Hartza does. He we actually start his lap right now. Erdu, maybe his best qualifying in the season at the moment. But it's still not in top 10, but it's improvement. It's improvement, but we'll see. He's coming towards the last corners, and yeah, he'll not improve his lap time. Pierre Hansen, 3.6 seconds down. Oh, actually, Amadi is improving by a lot. As I'm trying to sneeze, but I'm not able to. One moment. See, it's not coming in. Okay, Amadi coming towards the last corners. And we have 3 minutes 48 seconds remaining in the session. He's coming towards the corner 14 and now corner 15. He has a lot of EOS though. Has he used a lot of non-EOS? I'm not sure, but if that lap is legit, I'm gonna put my hats on him, and that's a new pole position tab, but I believe it's not legit. Yeah, it's not. 1:39.5 would have been a pole position tab, but he invalidated it. Definitely a legit time. Sector 3, Tipsman Quanzi. I don't know. Schumacher is doing still not setting a lap time. And of course, if you get any incidents, just send them to Stuart Napolo 185 or to me, EFL under F1. And if you're interested of joining EFL, just DM me in Twitter or in PSN with EFL under F1 if you're interested of joining a league. We drop in Wednesdays, 8 PM UK time. And now we have 2 minutes 46 seconds remaining in the session. Nobody's actually setting lap times, so we're just waiting for the last moment. It's clutch time, crunch time, whatever you wanna call it. It's time to shake and bake in this qualifying session, and only drivers who will not set a lap time in this session will be AG30 and Tseva TT007. 30 was disqualified and Tseva just hit himself to the wall. As Amadi is invalidated his lap, and we have YXNG Lights, who I'm just gonna call you Lights. Lights has set a lap time of 1:46.4, and that moves him to people position, so really decent lap from him. And we have still a lot of drivers in the pits. Taze Leroy is coming out the pits, Vioti Seip is in the pits, Alfonso is still in the pits. They kind of have to hurry if they want to, you know, get anything done in this session. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Yeah. Write your predictions, what's going to happen in qualifying. You can write the top 3 of this qualifying session, and of course for the race if you want. So we have a lot of drivers still in pits. I hope my timing is. I hope there's some kind of glitch in a lobby because or in the time zones, because I'm a little bit curious because why drivers are still in the pits even though there's 1 minute 25 seconds remaining in a session. So there has to be a time glitch or something. So yeah, or else I'm in the future. Eric in the future. Yeah, those of you who know, Back to the Future movies starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, classical movies from the 80s. My favorite ones. But yeah, we have our first drive in the lap, and that's Amadeus. New Zealand Cam has retired from the session, so he'll be locked in P10 position, as YXNG Lights has also retired from the session. So New Zealand Cam is gonna finish in P10 or lower, and YXNG Lights P4 or lower, but we'll keep following Amadeus' lap, as this will be probably his final one of the session. We have a new comment coming, and New Zealand Cam was purple, but he messed it up. And yeah, we'll keep following Lights, I'm a D, because as we heard, the track is improving a lot, so we'll see what I'm a D is about to do, what about to set, and is this going to be a new provisional pole position time? We're going to find out very soon, as now I'm a D is coming towards the line. We'll see what lap time he's going to do, and it's going to be a pole position time. No, it's not, it's 1:46.1, but it moves him to P4 position, as we have Taze Leroy in his lap. We'll see if anybody else close in finishing the laps. As Schumacher is not even going to improve his lap. Erdo is starting his lap. Chipsman Quansi will not do the qualifying yet because of time has run out. And it doesn't look like Hartz is about to set a lap time either, so his qualifying is over. But actually the game lets him, so there's a time glitch in the lobby. So it happens it's happened a few times in Codemasters games. As Lomac Cruz qualifying is over, as he's not going to improve his lap time. Taze Leroy, he's coming towards Sector 2 as Lampla is retired also from the session. So he'll be locked in P9 position if nobody else improves the lap times from the behind him. As Taze Leroy will have a Ferrari ahead of him, and I believe that's Schumacher, I believe. Yeah, it's Schumacher, and I hope Schumacher will not get in the way of Taze Leroy. And they've crashed, and they have crashed with each other, and that's gonna mean Taze Leroy is not going to improve his lap time, and he will be P2 or lower, but rest assured Schumacher will be getting penalty for that. As we have VRT Sepp in the lap, Lewis Wells in the lap, Lewis Wasman. Schumacher is going to the pits, he's with a couple of guys qualifying, as Eduk has retired from the session also. So now Hartza will be the only drivers, apart from Alfonso Gomez and VRT Sepp, who will be improving their lap times, but we'll keep following who is first to actually finish the lap. I believe it's going to be Hartza. Yeah, Hartza will be first one to finish the lap as the track improves massively. We don't know, he's with wet tires, but we'll see who's going to take pole position as Hartza's lap time is over. We have a new comment coming, probably somebody just mocking Schumacher for blocking. As Alfonso Gomez has made a mistake, he spun, and that's his qualifying over. VRT Sape, he's taking the intermediate, so that's very interesting choice from him. And so is Lewis Wasman. So are we going to see a Racing Point 1 and 2? So very tactical maneuver from both Racing Point drivers. And is Lewis Wasman in his debut going to also match his best qualifying result? As VRT Sepp is coming towards the line, and we'll see if he can improve with intermediates, then it's a massive win-win for Lewis Wasman. And we'll see what lap time he sets, and he sets a 1:44.8, and we'll see what Lewis Wasman does. He does a 1:45.9, and I believe he moves himself to P3 position with that. P4, so Lewis Wasman moves himself to P4, so Racing Point drivers P1 and P4, very impressive stuff from both of them. And here's your qualifying results from this, qualifying. So VRT Sepp in pole position, Leroy in P2, Alfonso in P3, Lewis Wasman in P4, Amity P5, Lights P6, Hansen P7, Low P8, Eduk P9, Napla P10, and then rest are from New Zealand Camp P11 to AG 30 and Cevapcic without lap times. As I will quickly save the clip, as I will always do the race highlights, and I will save the qualifying clips. One moment, bear with me guys. There we go. We just barely saved them, but somebody says it's BS because he ran white, Lewis. Well, no, if the game doesn't disqualify a lap, then there's nothing I can do. In my league, it's allowed. If the game allows you to corner cut, we have corner cut on strict. If the game allows you to corner cut on wet a little bit, you can go white. I'm not gonna take anybody's laps away. It will be very impossible for me to judge where he would finish in a race. It's nothing I can do. Apologize, New Zealand Cam. If the game doesn't do that, it's game's fault basically. So we're not gonna just take lap times away if they in qualifying in strict. If you find a loophole, in my opinion, then GG for you. Kudos. Yeah, that only shows how much you're able to study for the track. So it's also a gift. And now we have formation lap on starting as I will be going through the drivers. So pole position for P1, P2 Racing Point driver VRT Shape and Alpha Tauri's driver Taze Leroy. P3 and P4 Mercedes driver Alfonso Gomez and impressively in his debut Racing Point drivers Louis Wassman in P4. P5 and P6 Renault drivers Armady and Haas drivers YXNG Lights. P7 and P8 Red Bull driver Pierre Hansen and Mercedes driver Law McCrew. P9 and P10, Eduk 33 in his Ferrari and New Zealand Cam P10 in his Red Bull Racing. P11 and P12, McLaren Racing's Hartza and Alfa Romeo's driver Zipsman Quantry. P13 and P14, Haas drivers Eduk 29 and P14 Williams driver Napla 185. P15 and P16, McLaren driver TSO Verstappen and Williams driver the Cevapcici. And P17 and P18, AG30 in his Alpha Tauri and Schumacher in a Ferrari. And in P19, driver who missed qualifying is J-Luke 11. So not a full grid, but almost a full grid, as I have time to read your questions. Just call me Lights, mate. Okay, I'll call you Lights. It's gonna save me a lot of time also. So lightsy, lights away, and away we go. Okay, it's a bad joke, but yeah, I'm just gonna enable all the data now. That was a bad joke though. It lights out and away we go because the name is Lights. Lights away, lights out and away we go. It's a dad joke, I know. I love to do dad jokes a lot. So but yeah, like Michael Buffer said once, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Drivers, start your engines. As we have VRT Shape, Taze Leroy, Alfonso Gomez, Louis Wassman, Amadi, Lights, Pierre Hansen, Maku, Eduk, New Zealand Cam, Hartza, Quanchi, Erdu, Napla, Verstappen, Cevapcici, Surtees, Schumacher, J-Luke, lining up to the grid. And we're waiting for the FIA to give permission for the 5 red lights. And then we are ready to race. As Eric Buffer is very excited and there's Alpha Tauri and Racing Point ghosting inside each other, so hopefully nothing there. As lights out, and away we go very shortly. As the FIA will give the permission for the 5 red lights. No, this is not a promotional movie. This is EFL's Round 8 in France. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and where we're going. It looks like VRT Shape got a bad start from the grid and Taze Leroy is about to go side by side with him, but so is Alfonso Gomez in the outside. But still looks like VRT Shape is able to keep his position and really clean start from all of these drivers as Taze Leroy and Alfonso are going side by side with each other. And it looks like Taze Leroy is going to able to take the position for VRT Shape, but it looks like Alfonso Gomez is able to fight for position as they go side by side with each other. There's yellows in sector 1 and is that going to bring out the safety car? And there's a dive from Alpha Tauri driver Taze Leroy as Renault has hit Red Bull off, so that's New Zealand Cam off, and that's yellows in sector 1 and sector 2 as we have Chipsman Quancy, New Zealand Cam and TSO Verstappen causing yellow flags in sector 2, but now Taze Leroy is right behind of Shape and Alfonso Gomez, and there's a safety car in this grid. Safety car has come out in this race for the first time as Schumacher is getting 5-second penalty for collision with Erdu, and we have Verstappen getting 5-second penalty, severe collision with Schumacher. So a lot of incidents happening in the first couple of corners, but there's a safety car coming out in lap 1. So what will these drivers do? Will they pit for mediums? Like, will Taze Leroy and Amadi pit for mediums? Or will they go for the hard tires to the end? That is a strategy somebody would maybe try to work out in this Grand Prix. But of course the frustrations run very high. That's very understandable. But all the incidents you have, you better send them to Napla 185 or myself, so we get to know what happened. And Louis Wassman and Amadi, Louis Wassman lets Amadi go, but is anybody gonna pit or not? And we have few drivers speeding, and that's Tsevap and he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but so is Pia Hansen is pitting, and so is Serdi, J. Luke, Schumacher and TSR Verstappen. They're all pitting in this race. And so is Napola. So what tires are they taking? Are they gonna take their hard tires on? I apologize, I can't restart. Many drivers will be very angry, but I can take it to the commentary box if you want, if that's gonna cheer you up. Because you know how much you like to commentate. A lot of these drivers will be there. So a lot of drivers pitting for mediums and hards and softs. So I believe those drivers who pitted for hards are gonna be very, very good. And so it's Napola as he's changing his front wing. As Amadi gets a 5-second penalty for exceeding the track limits. So under the safety car, it's you can't corner cut anymore. The game is gonna severely punish you. But now we're gonna drive a few laps behind the safety car. So all the comments, other viewers, write to the comments what you wanna know about the EFL or myself. I can tell you a little bit about myself. 22 years old. I play basketball, work out. I work for a basketball company, and basically I work 24/7. In the weekdays I work in a school. I have my own office where I just do papers for my basketball team and stuff like that, 7 hours a day. And then in the weekends I do referee jobs and in a computer statistic jobs, add points and stuff like that. So I get paid a lot at the moment, so about 1,600 euros a month. And for myself, it's a lot. More than I actually need for living. So yeah. But anyways, we have safety car on. Lap 2 is happening. Viati Sepp is leading from Tace Leroy and Alfonso Gomez, and drivers who've made a pit stop from Tsevap to Erdu, who's made a pit stop. So this might be a blessing to these cars, to a few of these drivers, as I will actually try to invite New Zealand Cam for the session. Maybe he's gonna join my commentary. It's always funny and great to do commentary with somebody you know, than to, just to... Oh, he has his own party, so bear with me, guys, but there's nothing to see in the race at the moment because there's a safety car. And of course, if you have any incidents, then just send them to me on Napla185, as I'm gonna quickly try to look for New Zealand Cam. Like, you better look at the blue screen than seeing this drivers drive behind the safety car. So as New Zealand Cam can a little bit take over, as I'm really losing my voice. But yeah, new comment saying I hope okay, we have Quid Sipsman contributing, Napla is pitting once again. What tires is he gonna take? He's gonna change the medium, so he'll be going mediums to the end. And Amadi is also pitting, serving that 5-second penalty. I hope the safety car will not be leaving, so that these drivers might be able to catch the grid. Yeah, Hartz is getting a 5-second penalty for exceeding the track limit, so the game gives out a lot of exceeding track limits, so this will make the race very interesting, as we have New Zealand Cam joining, unfortunately joining for the commentary, because he probably would have liked to race and defend that 3rd place in a championship, but that's racing sometimes. But 5-second penalty awarded for AG30 for collision with Hansen. But welcome to the stream and welcome to the commentaries room, New Zealand Cam.
Hello.
Alright, so the race ended very quickly for you. You only lasted few corners.
I'm annoyed.
Huh?
I'm annoyed. I went from P11 to P5 just to get hit by Armady that got a little bit loose in the corner.
Yeah, if you can add your voice a little bit higher would be appreciated. But safety car is on in this lap, and what do you think of the drivers who pitted under the safety car and drivers who didn't pit under the safety car? What do you think of their chances?
They're not getting to the end, I'll tell you that. They're not getting to the end on the hards, or whatever.
Oh right, so it was a bad strategy call.
Definitely going to have to do one more stop.
Definitely. Well, we know Napla who's able to do 29 laps in Germany with medium tires. He might go to the end, so he's a known strategy master in tires. But we know Napla, he tried to do a one stop, but we'll see. Are we gonna see punctures? Are we gonna see him? Yeah. As Viati Sepp is doing the Lewis Hamilton, he's slowing the grid down, and we can see for the full map that the safety car is in the pits now, so Sepp can pull away at any time he wants. But there we go, as he pulls, and it's lights out, and away we go. Who do you think is has a good chance of winning this Grand Prix?
I reckon it's out of Shap or Alphonse because Leroy's on softs, and we know that the soft tyres just go within 6 laps planet. So we expect to see him in the pits within, I don't know, about lap 6 to 8.
Alright, and now, Alfonso is losing his car. He lost almost his car and almost spun. Luckily he didn't do that, but AJ30 gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, and now Alfonso Gomez is losing a little bit ground to Taze Leroy and Viati Sape. So, what do you think about Leroy's and Sape's strategy? One in mediums and one in softs?
I reckon Shap's got the advantage on strategy because Leroy's going to have to go to
Yellow's sector 1, and it's Schumacher is in the wall. Schumacher is in the wall. And so is Verstappen, and that promotes Napoli to P16 position. But did that safety car help Taze Leroy because he started with unused softs? Nah, okay.
I don't think it'll compensate for the amount of degradation.
Degradation. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. But Taze Leroy is already challenging around the inside, but Taze Leroy doesn't leave any room for him to dive bomb. But he wants a little bit wider as they're going side by side with each other. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna have bigger cojones? Who will be shaking and baking, as I love to say it all the time. So
me and Alfonso's tyres look like they're baking.
Yeah, they will be baking, but how quickly Taze has to make the maneuver? How long can these softs still take? Because we have unused softs from the qualifying and 3 laps driven under the safety car. So how long will these softs last from lap 4?
We'll be lucky to get them to lap 8.
And Taze Leroy says the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at the moment, 134.1, and this is the battle for the lead at the moment. But one bad maneuver from Sape and one more safety car can be an advantage to Taze Leroy, I believe, if it comes one more time.
He has took a gamble with his strategy because you can tell that he knew that they were going to be really bad, like wear-wise. But if another safety car comes out, then he jumps onto the hards. He's going to be on the exact same strategy.
And the yellows is sector 1. I don't have time to watch it because of yeah, I do, but because this is the battle for the lead. But Taze Leroy doesn't get his DRS open at the moment, and that explains why he's not able to make the maneuver via the safe. So, of course, after the safety car, I have to wait 2 or 3 laps for get the DRS. But no overtaking really happening in this track. So, except now P5 and P6 battle between Lights and Eduk. Oh, and they crashed out. Oh my god, that crash. Eduk and Lights are out of this Grand Prix. Did you see that crash? Did you see that crash?
Yeah.
Is that a safety car? That's a safety car. And who is this gonna serve? Is this gonna serve? Is this gonna serve Leroy or Sape? What do you think?
This will massively help Leroy. But the thing is, you'll massively help the guys that have already pit from 7P6. Yeah.
But yeah, but did you see that crash? Did you see that crash?
That was horrendous.
Yeah, that was amazing as a fan. That was really amazing. But as a driver, I understand that's really frustrated as they're pitting. Both drivers are pitting. So is Safe gonna go to hards? And are these drivers gonna go to hards or mediums? Because I remember.
Shap's got to go to the hards, otherwise it's too stopping.
Oh yeah, true. But now we have a lot of drivers pitting, and that's gonna promote probably
Leroy's going to hards.
Leroy's going to hards and.
So we shot. Alfonso stayed out.
Leroy's going for mediums. Sap is going for hards.
Is it?
Yeah. I remember in IRL, in IRL, I remember Blizzard and Lewis Wells, they pitted in lap 6 and did from lap 6 to lap 27 to mediums. So I think it's possible actually, if you're very gentle with your tires. But you're gonna lose a lot of pace, of course. But
Schumacher actually gets a drive through for
speeding. Yeah. But have all the drivers made a pit stop now?
I'm surprised Alfonso and Lewis didn't come in just to set up, fix them hard.
True, maybe they're waiting for laps 20 or 19. If safety car's gonna come in lap 20, they can just take the soft tires and go to the end and be massively fast at that point.
Shout out to Devo, he's got the freshest tires of the top. Fresher tire than the top 4, and he's got a good shot going to the end. Because you know that Alfonso and Louis have got a pit. 3rd and 4th don't have to pit, but Ahmadi's on mediums, and as you said, they can go quite wide if you know.
Yeah, but why didn't Alfonso and Lewis pit? Is it because they're waiting for safety car to appear one more time, or are they just gambling it to stay away from traffic, or why?
Well, Louis got nothing to lose effectively because he's trying to make a statement. So I'm not surprised that he's going for the gamble. I'm surprised Alphonse is going for the gamble because obviously he's a championship leader, and if he was to pit onto the same strategy as Shaq and Leroy, then he might still be able to get the win. But unless another safety car comes out, I don't think he'll be able to have the pace to win.
Alright, that's so he has to pray for a safety car VSC to come in the right time. But we know his pace. If he's able to drive in Colino and leave everybody else fighting for scraps, aka P2 to P15 positions, then he has a good chance. But there are a lot of fast drivers, of course. Ahmadi is fast, Shababtiti is fast, and VRT Saib is of course fast. But have you driven in France before? Like, how many times have you driven this in a league race in this game?
Probably about 3 times. Actually, fun fact, the last time I drove around here in a league race, I actually had a battle with Napula.
Really?
It was actually pretty cool.
So now... Alright, shout out to Napula.
Yeah, shout out.
Alright, he's of course P2 in the championship. One of my biggest surprises of the season with you, of course, that after 7 rounds you guys were in P2 and P3. As before the season I was saying you guys would be lucky if you even would be in top 6, like no offense, but I was
I'm gonna be
really
honest, I don't think I'm gonna be in P3 after this.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen, but it's a long season of course. But it's lap 7 out of 27, and if you're gonna see people crossing out this much, then safety car might come a few more times in this race, as we do remember what happened in Azerbaijan and Monaco with the safety car. And the Monaco race was probably Baku and Monaco. But I want to talk to you a little bit about Monaco. Like, first time you were leading in EFL, you led from lap 11 to lap 38, and then just it was a good race. You were happy for podium, but it kind of sparks or kind of eats the man when you lead the whole race and then the game says, yeah, you finished P2 and gifted the win to Napoli. It probably pisses a little bit off. That kind of thing.
I think I had the pace to pull a gap, but I smashed the wall at 10 and lost like half my wins, so I was just managing that the whole race, and
yeah, but still,
lack of downforce is gonna go.
If you can drive like that in the future races, many wins are gonna come. As the safety car only did 2 laps this time, as now Alfonso Gomez is gonna do Lewis Hamilton. I think a lot of drivers doing the Lewis Hamilton and slowing the grid down, and actually he's not doing that so much. He's not doing that much, as we can see from the full map. It was a good update, the full map to this game, actually, not gonna lie. But we can see what point safety car goes to the pits, and Alfonso is not actually slowing down. He's basically staying behind the safety car. This is very interesting. There we go. Now he's slowing down.
Yeah, I think it might have gave him a delta BS or something.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, because the safety car don't normally pull out that early. Okay,
and lights out, and where we go once again, and Alfonso was able to make a big gap from the start, but now Louis Wassman is under pressure from his another German Leroy, but
running outside the shot.
Oh, he's going right outside the shot. If he can make this maneuver stick, it's really brilliant. And they go side by side with each other, and they're hitting the tires. They're basically hitting the tires, but Saib was able to keep the position, as Söder gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, as Loma Cruz is losing position to Taze Leroy at the moment. But Taze Leroy, youngest race winner in EFL, age of 11, last week in Canada, very impressively, and now he's attacking VRT Saib for position P7, and VRT Saib is attacking for P6 position from Crunchy.
Yeah, I feel like Shaq's going to get the advantage here, because look how much straight lines he's got.
He's very nice. We might see Mihakinen and Schumacher and Riccardo Zonta. That was probably way before your time. Do you remember that Belgium? You remember Belgium 2000? Häkkinen, Schumacher, and was it Riccardo Zonta or was it Petro Dennis? I can't remember which.
It was Zonta.
Zonta, and a beautiful maneuver on the inside of Kemmel Strait for Mika Häkkinen, winning the Grand Prix. But anyways, VRT Saib has been able to overtake Sipsman Kwanzi, and Taze Leroy also following him. So Kwanzi is like a sitting duck at the moment, but Alfonso Gomez able to make that 1.3 second gap, and now Louis Wassman is under pressure from his another German rival, Shababtiti.
Yeah, we know you say his name, but a P3, I'll just say P3 because I don't know how to say his name.
Shababtiti, yeah.
We know
just say Cheva. Say Cheva, it's easier to say.
There you go. We know Cheva's quick from China because he had a massive comeback from the back of the grid to finish off. I believe it was P3. So we know he's got a lot of pace.
And now there's a massive fight for actually P5 now. Ahmadi is wide behind of Pierre Hansen, so as Hansen gets a penalty. As drivers with hard tires, exception of VLT Shape, are a little bit struggling at the moment. So probably just some difficulties getting the tire temps up.
Yeah, but we know that Shaq can light up the hard tyres, as we saw in Baku when he managed to pull out late a bit more. He can make them work, seemingly other drivers can't, so it's a bit of a miracle.
Yeah, very smart driver, but makes way too much mistakes in the races. He's not done any mistakes so far, but he's not getting the RS Open, but he's using the slipstream from that Renault car, and I believe Hansen will be a sitting duck and will get overtaken by all of these drivers, but they have to wait for another lap. Not yet. Round 6, baby, round 6, bring it on. Ahmadi, we have this... Huh?
McCrew got past you.
And the promotes off to P8, and there's a big train behind of Tipsman, Quancy, there's Hatsa, Luke, Napla, Tiva, Verstappen and Edu right behind them. But Alfonso is pulling away all the time, but it's not enough as he's almost running out of VOS.
Well, he's just got to go for it though.
He's just got to go for it, and now Tseva has to get past of Louis Wassman if he wants to fight against Alfonso, but we have to remember Tseva pitted in lap 1 for hard tires, so
yeah, so he's one of, well,
trying maybe and see what's gonna happen. Maybe he's gonna try the one stop, but of course, yeah, of course. But if the safety car is gonna come one more time or VSC, it might change a lot of things again.
Well, yeah, Alfonso, I reckon he's just going, keeping his head down and trying to build a gap.
Yeah, so he has to pull a gap and stay away from that slipstream train, and now Tseva is right behind of his German companion in P2. We actually have a lot of Germans in top 10. We have Tseva, Louis Wassman, VLT Shape and Tipsman Quancy, so 4 Germans in top 10. This reminds me of the days in 2010 when there was Timo Klock, Nico Hulkenberg, Nick Heidfeld, Schumacher, Vettel, yeah. As Lights has left from the session, but now Tseva is using the what did he try to do? Did he try to do Vettel? We saw that maneuver from Tseva in China, I believe, against Hartzai. He's trying to copy the Vettel's move on Bottas in 2017. If you can remember, in Spain.
Oh, that was a brilliant move, though.
That was a brilliant move. And what fights are going on?
He might go on the inside.
He might go for the inside. He's maybe waiting for Louis Wassman to make mistakes, as he's not making mistakes. He's defending very beautifully the line. But the only battle what is not happening is between Alfonso and Louis Wassman, as Alfonso is almost 3 seconds ahead of Louis Wassman, and then there's big fight for P4.
They got little wrong shots on him.
Sap is trying to overtake Ahmadi, but he has to get him past shortly because Taze Leroy is wide behind him.
And he's running outside the final corner.
And they've crashed out, and Shape is crashed out, and that's very unfortunate for him, and that's his race over. We talked about he's not made any mistakes. He's not made any mistakes. And it's VSC. VSC has come out.
Actually, how was Louis got the gap down to 5 tenths?
Maybe Alfonso made some kind of mistake. As Shape has, unfortunately, we've said that he's been very unlucky this season, and that was a little bit unfortunate.
I don't believe that was his fault. I feel like Leroy shouldn't have really tried to go for that move, because you know that Shaq's going to switch back and try and get the slipstream on B, but...
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. You have to try, and VSC is off, and now Louis Wassman is trying to maneuver on Alfonso Gomez. What is happening with Alfonso? What is happening with those? And he's getting overtaken, and that's Alfonso is not leading the race anymore. So what on earth is happening with Alfonso Gomez?
I mean, he's going to try and get it back, but so much happened to him massively.
Well, how did he lose 3 seconds?
That's what I said. He lost it all in turn 1.
Maybe he had AI on or something, I don't know. But now Louis Wassman is literally leading the race for the first time, leading the Grand Prix in EFL for the first time in his career. And now Alfonso Gomez
on the back of him now.
Yeah, now if Louis Wassman can keep Alfonso behind, that's gonna help massively to, like,
Tseva everywhere, it's off the track.
He's a little bit lagging, but Tseva is now able to catch Alfonso because of Louis Wassman holding him up. So this is gonna be a great race now. We'll see. I have no idea who might be able to win this race. No idea.
You got to remember though that these top 2 need to pit again no matter what happens.
Oh yeah, they have to pit. So yeah. so you never know, as New Zealand Cam has unfortunately left from the session, so probably some internet connection issues, but I'll keep following the fight, as yeah, probably internet connection issues from him. But thank you very much for commentating a little while with me, as it laps 12 out of 27, and Louis Wassman has able to make 8/10 gap to Alfonso Gomez, as New Zealand Cam is joining back to the session. And you can join to my profile, because I believe I'm online. Yeah, as I will save the clip. I have to now make sure it's not 1 hour mark, because as you know, I'm making race highlights after the races always. So Alfonso Gomez 5/10 behind Louis Wassman, but he's not able to make the maneuver stick. And that's gonna help Hansen, Cevapcici, Ahmadi and Taze Lewo to keep up with Alfonso Gomez, because he's not able to overtake Louis Wassman. And now is he gonna switch to inside? Yes, he is. Oh my goodness me, if Louis Wassman will defend it, then there's be a massive crash. He's not defending it, but Alfonso neither has ERS. He doesn't have ERS left, and Alfonso spun. No, he didn't spin, but he almost spun. He saved his car. That was a beautiful save from Alfonso, as they're going side by side. Louis Wassman and Alfonso Gomez are going side by side with each other. And who's going to win this battle? Alfonso Gomez, track extends a little bit. He has to give the position back to him. He overtook outside the track, so I believe he has to give the position. Louis is going to pit, he's going to pit, but Alfonso lost tremendous amount of time because of that, and so much ERS. And compared to the ERS between Ceva and Alfonso Gomez, it's...
I do want to know what happened to Alfonso, because he lost 3/10 within a straight. Well, 3 seconds within
3
a straight.
seconds, so maybe he had to put AI or something, or then game glitched or something. I have no idea about that.
I don't think you'd lose 3 seconds though from like a 5-second AI mode. It's a bit much.
It's a bit way too much, but this is gonna open a... no idea who's gonna win this race, because I believe all of these drivers might have to do one more pit stop, but we're gonna find it out in 14 more laps. But now
the same thing's happened to Leroy as well, because he's just got no pace ever since his pit.
Maybe he got from ring damage from Sape's incident.
Not sure.
But
Actually,
yeah, but Low is not able to catch him either, so maybe it's just the pace difference between all of these drivers. And there's a massive trend behind P3 of Hansen, so... Or P2, I mean. P2, P3 and P4 are in a league of their own. As look at Alfonso's COS.
Yeah, he's got none. He used it all to try and pull away.
And the VSC kind of ruined him, and now he has to save it, but Ceva has 40%. It's not good, but it's much better than Alfonso has. As,
well, the thing is, that 40% compared to Alfonso's 20%, that's the difference between overtake and medium down the straight. And that could be all over.
It could be all over. And yeah, he was less than second in the detection zone, so that means Ceva will get the DRS open. So, what are your personal experiences in France? Do you like this track? Is it good for racing, or should, like, honest opinion?
This is probably an unpopular option. I actually find Sector 3 the best for overtaking.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the way I do my setups, I put like quite a bit of downforce, because I don't really like top speed over downforce. So I'm able to go around the outside of people around Sector 3 when they're obviously struggling.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. And Ceva is barely able to keep it less than a second, so you know how the DRS works in this game. And once you're in the DRS train, it's very easy to stay in it. But that's how it is in real life also.
Dion Hansen, Dean's got Hansen.
And he's ghosting, and Diaz spun, but he's lost tremendous amount of time, and that's allowed Taze Lewo to caught up.
Yeah, that's, in my opinion, that's a racing incident, because D kind of didn't compensate for how close Hansen was going to be to him, so he turned in a bit too early, in my opinion.
Yeah, and now Taze Lewo and Ahmadi are going side by side. They're going to hit again, but nothing too much. But
all over the place.
He's a little bit aggressive, but he gets the maneuver done. He moves himself to P4. Of course, we know he has 11 years of age, very fast driver, youngest winner in EFL. Got his first points in Canada, so still very impressive, but that's like a learning experience. When you're 11, you're taking your first steps in this game. You kind of have to know the limits, and like you learn every day. You learn something new every race, of course. But
I'm still learning, and I've been league racing for what, a year.
Yeah, you can learn. Yeah, you can learn a lot still. And the yellows is sector 3. So what has happened?
Erdi's round.
That is one, and is that gonna bring out VSC or safety car? No, it's not. There's still yellows in sector 3. But now look at Seva's gap to Alfonso Gomez.
I think Alfonso's tyres and he's gone if I want to.
14 laps with mediums against Seva's 13 laps on hards. Of course, now the hards are faster than the medium tyres.
I wonder if Alfonso actually had a like a half spin or something at turn 1.
But look at Seva. He's not using any of your COS. He's saving it, and then Alfonso is using his 4. So now Tesla are getting past of Hansen.
Yeah, Seva might be managing his tyres because yes, he can go to the end in theory, but he's gonna want strong competitive tyres because you've got Alfonso and Louis that are just gonna come storming back through the field.
Yeah, and I believe Alfonso still is gonna make his last pit stop. I have no idea will Tesla will make his pit stop. He bid at a lap 7, so
actually, I wonder if Alfonso is actually trying to get to a period where he can pit for softs
and then wait for safety car VSC. Yeah, that's kind of true. And of course the penalties are going to play a big role in this race, of course, who's going to win or not, because we have no idea about the penalties, and please don't check the penalties, don't check them, I want to have a spoiler. And but yeah, I mean, Alfonso has to pit at some point. He can't do a race without pit stop, that's not allowed in Formula 1.
I wish it was.
Yeah, like in the older days, it was in the older days. It was in, I believe, 2005, there was a rule where you couldn't make a pit stop. There was
yeah, but nowadays you've got tyres blowing up if you go over a cliff, like you've seen Vettel have 2 tyres blown up in 2 different tracks in the past 5 years.
Yeah, well, yeah, true, but now Seva he's not even using his EOS, he's just saving fuel EOS behind Alfonso. That's very smart driving from him, and
ex-natty
for the real one, if somebody from WDF1 is watching, good evening Matthew, welcome to EFL. So I'm owner and commentator of EFL, Eric Salama, and partnering with me is New Zealand Cam. So, and we're both big fans of your work. Maybe New Zealand Cam, okay, he wasn't very much interested. He heard our names, then he decided to leave. Very good guy.
Cam was like,
nah, you co-commentator.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's 11 laps remaining. This race has gone very fastly. Not many overtakes happening.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know what to talk about. Best F1 game of all time. What do you think?
2012.
I have to say 20. I mean, I love the career mode on 2012. And now we have hot spinning. Hot spinning, but yeah.
Oh, look at McCrowan D. Is he gonna dive bomb? Is he? No.
No. Way too early, but maybe he's gonna wait for the straight line. But 2012 was a very good game actually with the career mode. Yeah. I loved how they made the newspaper. Alfonso was wide. Alfonso makes a big mistake and he was very wide, and that's gonna allow Seva Titi to go side by side with him.
Be careful, boys.
But before the detection zone, who's gonna get the DRS? Was this tactical maneuver from him? And it's Seva. No, Seva gets DRS, but Seva gets slipstream.
Both got it because of Shap's car.
They both got it. So wow, amazing. So who's gonna?
Go the inside though. Ooh,
nah, he left in space.
He
left in space,
nice
but
move.
You can overtake here also if you get slipstream. It's hard to get to.
You can overtake anywhere if you brave.
Yeah, but like I mean, safe overtakes. Like you see, Alfonso is already going to the inside line, and they go side by side with each other. Oh, who is going to win this position?
Right, I'd back off from this.
Oh yeah, I'd back off now because I know Alfonso has to make a pit stop. Don't go side by side. Yeah, we probably learned in Monaco that don't go.
No, Shap. No, Seva's hit.
I mean, but it looks like Alfonso brake checked a little bit in my screen.
Right, yeah, he did brake quite early, to be fair.
His tyre's gone.
No.
And that's going to allow Tace Lewa to jump him as Edu has retired. Edu has retired from the session, and is that going to bring out safety car or not?
I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
I reckon they would have brought it out by now.
Then he retired in the pits. I hate drivers who retire in the pits. It's not allowed in the EFL. It's not allowed. If you're going to crash, do Nelson PK. We want
If you're
to
gonna crash, bring out a safety car.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. I have to write that next time before the race starts. If you crash out, just crash out in style. The safety car is gonna
If
come.
you crash out and don't bring out a safety car, you're banned.
Yeah, new rule in the EFL. Yeah. We don't want that kind of maneuver that you're gonna retire the pits. Come on. But yeah, Alfonso Gomez is gonna get the US Open from Titi now, and Taze Leroy is also joining to this barbecue party.
He
So
could go for the lead here, to be fair.
yeah, he could,
If
but
he lines up the second straight.
but if there's yellow sector one, it's not allowed to overtake.
Gonna go for it. He's round. Ooh,
And Alfonso gets a
just
3-second
avoiding
penalty.
the one.
Alfonso has to calm down. He's a little bit aggressive, as we've seen in tracks like Bahrain, China, and Monaco now. He's a fast driver, but very impatient also.
Oh, to be fair, I got really angry in Bahrain. If you remember, I was just.
Yeah, I remember him, but then he crashed out in the race later on, so you still got a P4,
Yeah, he was
P5.
actually fighting Sever in the race, I believe, or top tomato, whatever.
But Alfonso definitely has to make a pit stop. Those tires are gone. As you can see, he's lost so much time now. He has to pit for the soft tires and go to the end because.
I mean, he's gonna come out behind Louis.
Oh yeah,
He's staying out.
He's staying out. Maybe one more lap and then he's gonna pit. But
God knows.
and I don't know. All of these drivers are gonna drive to the end, I believe. We have Napla who's made a three.
Wait. Just a quick note. How the hell has Schumacher got himself disqualified from the race and from quali?
Yeah, I mean that's very. I believe in the race he got disqualified because speeding under the safety car, and then the game decided to disqualify him. Maybe he overtook a safety car or something, but. Taze Leroy is now 4 tenths behind of Cheva, and
I reckon he'll get him here.
imagine if they. Oh, and big mistake from Cheva.
Yeah,
big mistake. And is Taze Leroy going to win his second race in a row?
Well, you got to wonder whether I'm a deal putting a complaint for the hit.
Yeah, of course. But in EFL, we don't anymore add race penalties like seconds or anything like that. We add penalty point system. So if Taze Leroy is able to win this race, he's gonna be able to keep the win.
Whoops.
And Taze Leroy got he overtook Cheva, and he's now he might win his second race in a row. Driver who retired from first 5 races of the season has now found new momentum and is about to win his second race in a row and get 50 points for the championship standings.
Sorry, it might go ahead of me, which is a bit.
It might, yeah. It's you can be biased a little bit because you're driving only as a call commentator. You can be a little bit biased. I allow it. But when he's Alfonso bidding, he's bidding.
Is it?
Yeah, let's see where he's gonna rejoin. I'm very curious where he's gonna rejoin.
I was tempted to use this string just to get me in the mouth, like.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what summer break is gonna do. But he pits on soft, and he's gonna. And Louis gets past up Pierre Hansen for P3 position. So another Mercedes driver is keeping up the flag, and it looks like he's gonna return ahead of Louis Bossman. Yes, he is just ahead of Louis.
That's interesting. There's something happened to Louis then.
He's probably made a mistake, but he has a clean track out of him, and. As Amadi says, the fastest lap of 133.1, and he is in P10. And now it's going to be a...
What time did that one go on?
Soft and P8, clean track out of him. 6 seconds for the next car, so he'll be going pedal to the metal moment, moving and grooving, hustling with muscling. As Chipsman Quancy actually spun, he spun. Chipsman Quancy has spun, and that's going to promote Alfonso Gomez to P7, so very easy overtake for Alfonso Gomez.
Well, it's easiest overtake, he's going to get all race.
And Taze Leroy against Cheva Titi, and Cheva has 18 lap old hards and Leroy has 14 lap old mediums, but they're probably going to be equal in the pace in the end because
you've got to hope that Leroy's tires don't blow up. That's one thing you got to have.
Yeah, but the gap is over 1 second now.
Yeah, he's got the speed.
He's got the speed, so Cheva will not get this US Open, as maybe a fight for podium is possible between Hansen and Lowe, as J-Luke
is in the pits, yeah.
J-Luke is in the pits. We'll see what Taz is going to go, and that's going to be one more free position for Alfonso. So he's been getting 3 positions now, which is actually quite good for his race, and he'll be able to use his soft stint efficiently, if you must say.
Oh yeah, that's one word.
Yeah, that's a good word. I've learned a little bit of English while talking to you guys for 2-3 years. So English is getting better, vocabulary is getting better, and Hatsa is getting 3-second top penalty for multiple warnings.
Oh, Sever's actually got the OS.
Hatsa's got the OS, he's not using it, so probably the OS is broken. It's probably broken.
Well, yeah, it must be because he had it flashing, but it was not taking him a grip.
In this track, you kind of need the DOS. You really need it.
Oh, to be fair, if you got an engine, you can have it around here.
But equal cost.
A good engine.
Good engine. He has a Mercedes engine, of course. Williams and Mercedes having 1-2 in the constructors with Red Bull being P3. We can see are they going to be P3 after this race as well. Hansen, your teammate, is doing a quite good job keeping the flag up in P4. So
yeah, do you want to stick a mark in the Red Bull? Maybe I'll win a race.
We have to see that, but 6 laps remaining in the Grand. Yeah. But we'll see. Can Seva open his DOS now or not? And it's broken. It's it's not. Is it broken? No, it's now open.
Yeah, it's working. Alright, yeah, he's lost a lot of ERS.
And compared to Taze Leroy, and Taze has 60% and Seva has 30%.
I mean, Seva had 60% at the start of last lap.
Yeah, he maybe has to save it a little bit more now, as Napoli is catching to Pia Hansen now. Also, so as Alfonso says, the fastest lap, 32.4. So he'll be man in the mission.
This E4 battle is interesting because yes, it's my teammate, but it's also my mate. So yeah.
Yeah, Napoli is a good mate of yours, but Pia Hansen is your teammate, and well, yeah, and you've been a little bit criticizing that Red Bull seat the whole season, so.
Oh, I just don't like the Red Bull.
You don't like the Red Bull, yeah.
I like the Mark.
You like the Mark? Alright, you have to. Yeah, alright, we'll see what's gonna happen in the summer break. I can't do anything before Hungary, so apologize for that.
3 races though.
I mean, there's Austria, Silverstone, Germany, and Hungary, and then we have aka the summer break. Not real summer break, but you know, after that, all the transfer windows.
Just throwing a random question for good old Eric. Ferrari, midfield or top 3 this season?
Top 3. They have the budget. Top 3. They have the budget. They have the same amount of budget than Mercedes has. So
well, yeah, but they have the budget. But if you look at testing,
yeah, but testing doesn't show anything. They can a few races and they can catch it up easily.
Well, hopefully
they have one of the best wind tunnels in F1 and best engineers and one of the best, not better than Mercedes, but still it's
no. Red Bull has the best engineers.
Oh, and actually Napoli is caught up to Pia Hansen and the gap is only less than 4 tenths. As Hansen has lost a lot of time to McCrew now.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to be biased towards Napoli.
I wasn't at all biased against Napoli when he won in Monaco. I was totally unbiased. Yeah, I mean, I'm Finnish, he's Finnish, but it's just emotions running. And I'm only joking, but yeah, that was
straight up.
Yeah, it was. You know, it's we Finnish people, we are really traditional, but Napoli is not going for the maneuver. He's a very calm driver. He doesn't force the overtake. He kind of lets it flow, like
he waits for a mistake. Or he goes for it.
But he has to make the maneuver if he wants to catch up, because Hansen's losing a lot of time, and he's gonna force it round the outside of Hansen. He wants very wide. He might get a corner card warning for that. Yellows in sector 2, and Hatza's with that. And is that gonna bring out safety car or not? Where is Hatza? And I can't see his car, but if safety car has come, did I jinx it? Did I jinx it or did I jinx it? And that's gonna help Alfonso massively. Wait, safety car. As Seva is pitting. Cam, are you there? Cam, are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. Oh wow. What did I miss?
Safety car. Hatza retired. I said safety car and it came. Yeah, are we gonna see one more safety car and then it came? A second later.
Your magic, Eric, in the house.
It's commentator's curse, man. And so Seva is serving his 5-second penalty, and this is gonna promote.
Well, that commentator's blessing, I would.
And Alfonso is spinning once again, and they didn't have the tires ready.
I didn't think. Actually, could it finish under the safety car?
No, it can't. It's the game is
sure?
programmed. I'm sure because it leaves. It can leave you in lap 24, lap 25. It's designed that the safety car leaves 2 laps before the race ends, or 3 laps. So it might leave you even in this lap. As we have Lewis Welshman pitting for intermediates. Maybe the rain is coming down. I don't know. The clouds look very dark. If the heavy rain comes. That was good. I hope safety guy's gonna stay one more lap for his case. I mean, he's for intermediates. Maybe his engineers know something we don't know. Maybe God.
Here in the EFL, we don't care if people are being called idiots.
No, that was maybe God is gonna put some rain now to the crowd.
What's he gonna do? Come in for West?
He's gonna win by 50 seconds now. That's Jensen Button started.
No, lap 28. Lap 28, yeah. I think lap 28.
Yeah, super. Nah, Lewis Bossman getting informed. Wait in 50 minutes. Okay, we're gonna prepare you for the pitch. Come for you the minutes. Wait in 50 minutes. 3 laps remaining. That sounds like Ferrari started. You remember Japan 2017? They just look at the computer.
No, remember when they sent Kimi out on Inters in Malaysia 2009? They sent him out on
2009, yeah. First the rain, the tyres are going.
Yeah, the rain comes down. Got no tyres.
Oh, that was a great story to know. But I remember Japan 2017. They watched the monitors that it's raining, but Vettel said it's not raining. But our
it's raining.
But our monitor say it's raining. Look outside. Look outside. I think we need to.
No, it's actually raining.
Is it raining?
Yes, it's raining.
No way, it's raining! Did Lewis Mossman do that? Did I hit the masterclass? No, that was just a button. Once again, I did a commentator's curse.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
No, it's not raining. No way. Well, I can see it.
No, it's raining. Look.
Did Lewis Mossman did just do accidentally masterclass of a strategy?
It stayed down, to be fair. Oh my god. Chipsman.
Are we gonna see 2 drivers getting a 1-2 like in the older days?
Everybody just crashes into the barrier. Yes.
Oh my god. I hope safety guy's gonna leave. I hope it's gonna leave. Leave. No, this is one of the best places I've seen.
Chucking it down with rain.
Nah. This is too much. But hey, it's maybe they saw it coming. That's actually maybe he got informed that rain is gonna come in 5 minutes, and he didn't have anything to lose actually. He was P11 or P10.
Jeff probably told him rain was coming 50 laps ago.
I didn't know he calculated. If he said just said 50 minutes, okay, now it's probably gonna come.
Magician, lad. He's a magician.
I mean, but that's a good strategy though. If he really knew it, then kudos for him.
Stage 1. Become Kimi.
Oh, safety guy! Thank God, the safety guy's on. We're gonna see 2 laps. These guys struggling, and Lewis Bossman and Quanti.
It's not wet enough.
Is it?
He's gonna go straight on. It's not wet enough.
You never know. Maybe in lap 27 it's gonna be wet enough, and they're gonna lose 25 seconds. It's gonna be very interesting. As J-Luke is overtaking low for position.
Mate, all going for the barrier, tell him what.
As Lewis gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
I'm gonna predict the race finish, yeah. Nobody's gonna finish the race.
Tipsman Quanti is gonna win.
Nah, we're gonna get good old Bernie Eccleston to wait for the flag on lap 26.
Oh, and Hazley was slowing down. He's slowing down. He has 90 lap old mediums. He's the only one who didn't pit.
Yeah, no, I saw that. He got 7 on soft.
With 1 lap fresh soft.
Is his career over?
No more. Alfonso Gomez is getting overtaken by Napoli, and lights out and wherever goes. Amadi is spinning. He is spinning for intermediates probably, and I don't know if that very wise maneuver, but safety guys.
He's stupid.
Well, I have to be unbiased. You can say what you want, but yeah.
He's on Inter, yeah. Why?
I don't know why. But
look at Louis. He's just gonna go straight on turn 1. Okay, no. Oh, yeah.
So it's not wet enough for.
Oh my god.
But
Ferrari.
I don't know what's happening in this race. It's but
he was running in 3rd as well. Like, why?
No idea, no bloody idea why he did that. And Quats is overtaking Louis Wassman
Oh,
for
look at
position.
Severus, he's all over the back of him.
Yeah, and it's over. It's without DOS even.
It's just when these two crash and then everyone crashes into the back of both of them.
And they go side by side with each other. Who's going to win this position? And it's Teva gets the position, and he'll probably win the race. But that was a. Oh, and Taylor was trying to use the slipstream, but it's not bad enough. It's definitely not bad enough for these conditions.
Leroy's going to come into the pits and fit a sail to his car.
Oh, I hope not, because it's the last lap. It's no point, as Quanzi is already 10 seconds behind of Napla. So going for the inners, it was a good idea. You had nothing to lose, but
got past Louis.
Yeah, he's in P8.
Battle of the Inters.
Battle of the Inters. I've never seen a battle with softs and mediums and battle with the Inters. Like,
honestly, it's the midfield, but you've got dries and then you got wets.
And we have two Mercedes drivers in P2 and P4. Taze Leroy is going to get overtaking everywhere as Napla gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But Taze Leroy
should win this bloody race.
It might be or not. It might be a Tevap Titi also, as they go side by side. And Low Macru is going wide. Taze Leroy gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, and we have yellows to sector 1. I don't know what's happening, but Low Macru gets the position done, and he's done.
You know what? If Macru finishes second, he matches the all-time great New Zealand cam.
Oh, and Taze Leroy is getting over. Yeah, yeah, he might be. But now Alfonso Gomez is overtaking Taze Leroy for position, so that's P3 for Alfonso Gomez and P2. He's gonna be struggling now. But the two Mercedes drivers, he said he wanted to go to Mercedes, but look at it now. We might give it to another driver there, because Loma Crew is doing a better job than you at the moment.
To be fair, I want to give it to Louis.
Louis?
Yeah. Just for the boldness of going on into some right?
But Tevap Titi, he was disqualified, or he DNF from the race, started from second to last place, and he's about to win this Grand Prix. We of course don't know about the penalties, how the penalties are gonna play out, but at the moment he's gonna take second win for Williams and add the Constructors' Championship lead, because Napoli will finish in P6 and...
I want Mark. Give me Mark. Please.
Okay, but let's commentate the race now, and we have Tevap Titi coming towards the last corners. Yeah, but but we have now Tevap Titi. Teva is coming towards the last corners. He's about to win this Grand Prix. We don't know how the penalties are going to play out, but at the moment, Teva, you win your first race in the EFL. You are a race winner, and P2 will be Low Macru, and P3 is going to be Alfonso Gomez, so they don't switch positions. And look at this, Leroy jumps ahead of Alfonso Gomez. Alfonso finishes first time in this season without a podium in the race he didn't finish. Napla P6, J-Luke P5, Hansen in P7, and then Battle of the Inters between Quanzi. What?
I think I'm still in third.
You might still be in third, yeah, exactly. And Battle of the Inters. Battle of the Inters.
To finish P8 on the intermediates.
And Louis Wassman at P9, Amity P10. Louis Wassman.
Oh my god.
The Battle of the Inters is the Battle of the Inters.
God. I will be P3.
Quanzi is P7, Louis Wassman P9, and Amity is gonna finish in lonely P10. But what a Grand Prix we've had. What a Grand Prix we've had.
I'm actually going to remain in third. What a... Oh my god.
This has been a hectic Grand Prix, like no words said. This has been all-time classic. And here's your top three. The German driver Teva winning his first Grand Prix in EFL. Former Mercedes driver Low Macru in his debut in EFL. Able to finish in P2. And Taze Leroy continues his podium streak from Canada and finishes in P3. And I'm gonna quickly take a screenshot and save this race, but for the viewers, Teva wins from Low Macru and Taze Leroy, P4, Alfonso Gomez, P5, Luke, Napla, Quanzi, Hansen, Louis Wassman, Amity, and from 11 to 20, AG30 and Schumacher M7, as I'm gonna quickly save the clip, and we're gonna get the drivers for the 40 minutes.
So after that ending.
Yeah, me too, as we're gonna hear the drivers, actually, yeah, I'm gonna quickly invite the drivers to the interviews. We're gonna invite Low Macru, Tevap Titi, and Taze Leroy for the party. As quickly gonna invite the race winner Teva, as we will hear his comments about the race. Probably, but oh Jesus, man! As we're quickly gonna invite Low Macru. One moment. And Taze Leroy. Oh, penalties. And then he's able to finish without penalties in Monaco.
Well,
No,
yeah. Cheers, Matt.
Huh. Alright, well. Nah, nah, we're not gonna do that. Definitely not doing that. But now we're gonna wait for the top 3 to come for the interviews, and hopefully they're gonna come, because we've had everybody's top 3 coming. Maybe they're just waiting.
I mean, if not, we'll just invite, I don't know, Alphonse.
Nah, we're just let's keep it in top 3. But we're gonna wait for Kevin, also known as Cheva, Loma Crew, and
Cheva.
And Teju to come to the party, as we have the race winner Cheva Chichi coming to the podium interviews, as we're gonna wait for Loma Crew and Tej Leroy to join them. Please wait for a couple of minutes or 1 minute, then we're gonna start from Cheva Chichi, our race winner here today. Let's wait for a little while. I'll invite Loma Crew one more time to the party for the podium interviews, and also Tesla. So Leroy has went offline. Of course, it's been a very frustrating race for him. As we're gonna let's start from Cheva Chichi. Cheva, you win your first race in EFL. Tell us why did you DNF in qualifying, and tell us how did the race go?
Yeah, I crashed because I won.
No, but why did you crash in qualifying?
I spun.
But what would you tell about the race? The safety cars VSC is pitting in lap 1. Was the first strategy to go with the one stop, or would you have done a pit stop even though safety car wouldn't have come out in the last laps? Would have you done a one stop?
I do my pit stop because safety car went out and stopped the field. And the second stop was because I saw my opportunity to do my 5 seconds penalty, so I done it. And
Alright, so you take your first win and your third podium in EFL, and you move yourself probably to P3 in the championship, just ahead the co-commentator New Zealand Cam. And it doesn't seem we have any other people coming for the interviews, so ladies and gentlemen, take your hats off for winner drivers and constructors national anthems. So national anthems of Germany and God Save the Queen of UK. And there we had German national anthem of UK national anthem of God Save the Queen. Thank you for the drivers. Congratulations for the top 3 of Tetsevap Tsitsi, Loma Crew and Teis Leroy for the top 3. And thank you for the viewers who joined once again to watch EFL Round 8. Next week we'll be joining Round 9 in Austria. For all the viewers around the world, good morning, good night, good day, wherever you are. I was your commentator and owner of EFL, Eric Salama, and I'll see you again next week in Austria. So good night and bye bye.